Hey friends, welcome back. We are doing another beverage chat. I am sipping on a Mountain Standard by Odell's. It's an IPA, pretty low ABV, but really great hops on this, and the IBUs are high, so that bitter taste is there, which I absolutely love. IBUs, International Bittering Units, I think. But yeah, that's what I'm sipping on. So cheers. I grabbed this because we're going to talk about something a little feisty today, in my world at least. So I'm going to let you know my feelings on that. But before that, I have a huge announcement to make. And if you want to hear about it, you need to stay tuned to the end of the video. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I have been looking to make a switch for myself and my family. I'm looking for non-toxic American-made products. And I finally found a company that does both. I'm excited to tell you about it. And I'm excited to tell you about a journey I'm about to embark on. And I want some of you to come with me. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I will chat a little bit about that. But first, let's talk about Appeal. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Tori. I run Mountain Mama Living. I teach you to be prepared on a budget. There's a sprinkling of motherhood in there and some rants about controversial issues. Right now, Appeal is on my mind, and I may be late to the party. I have been doing research on these topics, and I've been taking notes, and I've been looking around in stores to find Appeal, and guess what? Haven't found it around me. Not surprised by that at all, because we live in a rural area. I wasn't expecting to find it. But I'm going to bring up some articles, read them to you, kind of show you them in the notes. Of course, I will leave them in the description box, and take them with a grain of salt. Of course, anything on Google, the media, is a little bit hard to trust right now, but I kind of know my way around it at this point, who to trust and who to not take so seriously. I know a lot of you like talking about this kind of thing with me, so feel free to comment down below in the comment box. Say hi, hello, where you're from, what you're sipping on, how you feel about Appeal. Really, the world is your oyster down there in the comment box, and I can't wait to chat with you. So I actually have the Appeal page right here, and I will put the link right here and just kind of read it along with you. But yes, allow the cookies, allow all those cookies. It's loading. Here we go. Okay, how Appeal works. This is just from the website, and we are trying to come at this with a realistic, unbiased opinion. We are being open-minded. We are not going to sway one way or another. That's why I like my chats. We all come from different walks of life, and we have different opinions. That's how a society works. So yes, if you have a varying opinion, totally drop that in the comment box as well. All right, how Appeal works. Appeal keeps produce fresh for longer thanks to the help of a little extra peel. Our plant-based protection slows water loss and oxidation, the primary cause of spoilage. So yes, that is the gist of it. It's creating an extra peel around there. So whatever fruit or vegetable is inside of that peel is said to last 2 to 3 times longer. I mean, the founder himself is all about food waste, just like me. He is not a fan of it, and that's why essentially he said he started this. And he started this with a few grad school buddies, but Appeal dramatically slows the rate that produce spoils. By maintaining moisture and reducing oxidation, Appeal supports the plant's natural abilities to protect against environmental stress somehow. Learning from nature, it mimics the cuticle layer, protective skin on produce. And every plant on earth has a peel that protects it. The top layer of the peel is called the cuticle layer, which keeps moisture in while allowing the plant to breathe without drying out. A peel protects fresh produce after it has been picked by adding microscopic extra layer of what already naturally exists on fruits and vegetables. So that's the gist of Appeal. And Appeal came about this year because it started getting backed by Bill Gates. And there is discrepancies on whether he was there from the beginning or he just jumped on board. So you have to keep that in mind. Appeal has been around since 2018, I believe. It's been in the works for a while, but they rolled it out in 2018. And Costco was one of the first vendors of Appeal. They put it on their lemons and their apples. Costco has since stated that they're no longer carrying any Appeal products, and they have no plans to do so in the future. So that's good, right? Now we're going to move on to Appeal's founder. So some of you may already know his name, but I did want to say, if you are curious if Appeal is in your area, they have a store locator on their website. So right now the only place that carries it is Target, of course. So they have it on their apples right now near me. If you are in northern Colorado, probably all of the Targets are carrying them at this point. But James Rogers, that is the founder, and Appeal was founded in 2012 after receiving $100,000 in grant money from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So yes, this website is saying they've been here, but other websites say that he just jumped on. So I'm not really sure. It's possible that he started pumping more money into Appeal in 2018, which kind of rolled it out to the public. It is a privately owned company, though, so you have to keep that in mind, which can be a good thing because those top 3 people that we always talk about on the channel here, starts with a B, starts with a V, starts with an S. Those people can't technically touch it, but honestly, I don't know what to think anymore about privately owned companies. So Bill and Melinda Gates, they're saying that they wanted to help reduce post-harvest food waste in developing countries that lacked refrigeration infrastructure. So this was rolled out in a third world country essentially, and then moved to the United States. So they tested it out in all those countries they like to mess around in, and they gathered research from there. So the investors of Appeal: Upfront Ventures, GIC, Tau Capital, Viking Global, Oprah Winfrey, and Rock Creek. So those are some big names. Go ahead and Google some of those and see what you come back with there. And then Forbes website says that the Appeal founder, James Rogers, found his innovative billion-dollar idea in this way. So every year, thousands of entrepreneurs take their ideas to market. Most fail, while every aspiring innovator believes their idea will be the next big thing for most, reaching unicorn status as fictional as the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. In 2020, only 76 startups worldwide made their mark as a unicorn. Appeal founder James Rogers is one of those few entrepreneurs to have beaten the odds, taking his garage experiment to create a plant-based preservative coating for fruit and vegetables to billion-dollar heights. Of course, they all start in their garages, right? And then they move on and move into this. Oh, another investor has been named, and it's Katy Perry. So there's some more information for you. And the biggest supermarkets across the US and Europe are now home to Appeal coated produce. It delivers a powerful double whammy solution to the $2.5 trillion food waste problem and the single-use plastic crisis, prolonging the shelf life of produce and replacing plastic as a preservative wrapping for groceries. So yeah, that's Forbes talking about money, of course, that's their jam. But James Rogers, I want to know a little bit more about him, and I want to go over it with you. Oh, the World Economic Forum. Let's read what they have to say about it. James Rogers is preoccupied with tipping civilization into an era that will allow us to regard the plastic age the same way we regard the Stone Age. After receiving the PhD from UCSB in materials, James founded Appeal with 2 graduate school friends. Appeal uses materials found in nature, created in invisible peel, blah, blah, blah. Allows the vegetable to live 2 to 3 times longer. James's time building Appeal led him to think of the technology as a catalyst for system change. He is obsessed with expanding our concept of community beyond the people that we can keep track of. I don't know, just looking at him gives me an uneasy feeling, but that's just me. And the rest of the articles essentially on Google's homepage is Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. But mainly the one that stuck out to me was that Costco stopped carrying it. So that's curious to me. I don't know why they would. I don't know if something significant happened in the last few months, but yeah, that's a big one. Beside it going public on all social forums, I think maybe there must be something different. So Future Food San Francisco has an interview with him if you want to check that out. The Associated Press: Post misrepresent safety of produce protecting solution. Oh, this is a new one, May 12th, 2023. Lemoneria. That's like a lemon citrus company, I'm pretty positive. Yep, they went into a huge partnership with Appeal. So if you see Lemoneria, is that how you say that? I don't even know. They'll protect lemons across its supply chain with Appeal coating technology. So look out for that in your stores if you want to avoid Appeal. Oof, I need a sip. This is a lot of information to take in. Cheers. So now I'm just filtering. I want it to be some of the newer articles. And you can also, if you didn't know, you can filter out for Google Scholar. So just some articles that have a little bit more information for you. And they're supposed to weed out opinion, but we shall see about that. So I'm just gonna go in here and try, let's see. The past hour, probably not. How about we do the past month, see where we're at. Oh, appeal on Instagram, 282 likes in the last hour. Wow, okay, that's crazy. Okay, so recently I'm just seeing things on TikTok. I am not on that platform. I don't plan to ever be. And then I see things on Reddit. So I tend to stay off of Reddit. I know a lot of you like Reddit. My husband does, my father-in-law. A lot of people I know close to me like Reddit, and they like going through most of those forums or however it's categorized. But I just find it to be super scattered. It just does not work well with my brain. So I'm not going to go into all of that, but I mean, you can. There's some interesting articles here, and I'm going to tell you my take on it now that we have a background and we have a background of the founder. So Bill Gates, shady dude for sure. He owns a lot of farmland in the United States as well as globally, but mainly in the United States. And, you know, he has been talked about a lot lately because he essentially wants us to eat bugs for protein is my understanding. I try and stay out of that as well, but we could talk about that sometime. I'd really like your opinion on it and some more information. So we could chat about that next time if you want. But Bill Gates, yeah, shady dude. Like I said, I don't know, anything involving him makes me skeptical, but I don't think anyone really knows what he's involved with. I feel like he has his hand in everything. And when it comes to our food sources, he seems and says to have our best interests at heart, but I just can't trust him. I have so many reasons to not trust the man or his wife or their little foundation and the people that work with him. You know, Oprah's done some shady crap as well, and I know a lot of people love her, so I'm trying not to be negative, but you know, there's a lot to be said about her as well. So the science behind Appeal is really what bothers me, besides it being funded by Bill Gates and some of those newer investors. And I'm just going to take you through my thought process. So I like to garden. I grow fruits and vegetables, and when I grow those fruits and vegetables from seed, taking care of it until it's ripe, and then pulling it off and putting it on my countertop, right then and there, it has a shelf life. Of course, there are a variety of factors that go into that shelf life. Depends if I had good soil, if I watered it, if I nurtured that plant, if I gave it the proper amount of light, if I set it next to a vegetable that it agreed with or a fruit that it didn't agree with. There's so many factors that go into growing that fruit or vegetable. But bottom line, once it gets to the countertop, it has a shelf life. So putting a protective coating on it after it's mature is a little risky in my opinion, because whatever fruit or vegetable that's inside that protective coating is still aging. So if anything, it's rotting in my opinion, and I don't think a protective layer is going to cover that. It may change its appearance and kind of fool whoever is going to eat it into thinking it's okay, but I'm curious to know the flavor of an Appeal product, and honestly, I may never know because I don't want to eat one. But you know, I'm not a scientist, so it's really hard for me to wrap my head around this. I don't know if they're putting the coating on it after the seed is germinated or when it reaches its maturity. I think there's a lot of articles out there that are conflicting about that. Appeal's website is, of course, no help, and I just haven't found any reliable sources of information regarding that. I think it's very noble to want to reduce food waste, but I think there's something fishy about this, especially when you look at that investor list and the background of the CEO. I really want to know your thoughts on this. I hope this was a fun video, kind of a different take on how we are going to approach these controversial topics, because I am just the same as you. I have access to this information the same way you do with my computer or my phone. I try to not get my information from social media. I know you're on a social media forum. That's why I always encourage everyone to keep asking questions, keep researching, and keep digging. And if you're tired and stressed, take a small break and then get right back to it, because if we don't keep questioning, that gives them a reason to control us more. So that's going to wrap it up for the Appeal chat. And if you've made it this long, I am happy you did, because I have a huge announcement. I'm very excited about this. It's a new project that I'm taking on. Again, if you've been with me for a while, I've been on this forum for 5 years. Some of you have been with me since the beginning, and it just means the world. I remember my second video trying to make conscious swaps for my family. I was trying to find things that are non-toxic and that are made in the United States. It's been a journey, an exhausting one at that, and I know a lot of you are feeling that as well. So if you want to know more about this, I'm actually hosting a Zoom with my managers of the team. Their names are Jeff and Nate. You will meet them in that Zoom meeting, and I will be there. I'm super excited for you to hear about this opportunity, but I'm also excited to see some of you and hear some of your voices, because I read your comments and they mean the world to me, and I already feel that we're connected. So I'm excited to kind of meet all of you and tell you about this opportunity. This company found a way to take away from big major corporations, and they found a way to do it in such a great way. I'm so excited for you to hear about this. And if you want to hear more about Switchaway USA, definitely attend the Zoom. It will have all of the information you may need. Email me up front if you have any questions about Zoom or anything like that. This is just going to be our first Zoom call. Of course, I am going to organize another one for those of you that can't make it, but I will be there to talk to you about this. It's such a great opportunity, and honestly, I have been putting this opportunity off for about 1.5 years. This company reached out to me about 1.5 years ago, and I have said no so many times, but this time it felt different. This team is amazing. They're supportive, and like I said, they found a solution to all of our problems. You can also make some extra income for your family. I know a lot of us are falling on some hard times, and that is what I'm planning to do. I've tested these products out. I've used them in my home. I've used them on my children and my family, and the best part about it is they are made by a 38-year-old company right here in the United States. So I'm excited to see all of you. Make sure you look down in the description. I'm also going to pin a comment. If you're watching on your television, email me at mountainmammaliving@gmail.com, and I will email you back the Zoom link. I'm going to wrap this video up here. I think we covered a lot. Definitely tell me how you feel about Appeal in the comment box down below. Don't forget to register for that Zoom. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone.